Today I'm going to talk about my culture method of Cymbidium ensifolium。今天我讲一下剑兰的个人种植经验，中文将在后半部分，第一部分先用英文。So, when I bought this Chinese Cymbidium, it didn't have healthy root. To put it simple, the seller probably didn't know the correct way to cultivate these. So the Cymbidium ensifolium is a small Cymbidium from Eastern Asia, and its blooms have fragrance, subtle fragrance, that has been traditionally valued by ancient Chinese scholars. And there is also variegation of multiple detailed kind that I'm not that familiar with. But what I'm talking about is how I'm able to successfully cultivate this plant without much effort. So I placed the variegated Cymbidium, which would be even more difficult to cultivate than the all green ones. I placed it into a tiny pot. Now, how tiny is this pot? I would say it's about no more than 10 centimeter, maybe 3 inches, 2 inches, a tiny pot. And then I set it on a tall glass jar, and usually I leave the glass jar empty, but because I haven't even looked at it for a couple months, so the water at the bottom has grown some algae, and it's our tap water, like the water from the tap. And then on the top is a plastic bag. So I don't need to do anything. I don't need to water it. I don't need to check soil or anything. If there is moisture inside the bag, I can see in the form of condensation. And if you look more into the pot, I had this for, by now, maybe 1.5 years. It's very happy, very healthy. I think it gave me 4 new shoots that are very healthy starting earlier this year. And the leaves is of a very sophisticated variegation. Unfortunately, I'm not that familiar with the name of the variegations. There are some black tips. That's never an issue. They are on the very old, I think that's 2 years old, mother grass, and it's a sign of aging. In my cultivation, I just don't have all those diseases because of the protective bag. And the soil, but when I say soil, is not orchid bark. I just use cactus soil, mixed a little bit normal potting soil. And let's see if I can see a new shoot You can see the new shoot. Here is one. Many. It's in very good shape. I can say I'm very successful with this, and the cultivar name of this is Cymbidium, ensifolium, Hua Mu Lan. And then that's it. I put it in the west window, but on the side, half protected by the window frame. This is in winter. I'm in USDA zone 6. And in the summer, I say between April and October, solid April 1st to October 31st, I placed it outside in the shade. Never receive full sun, okay, in the same setup. Because if you put this setup in full sun, it will be cooked. It never happened. It hasn't bloomed yet, but I'm glad I received it without a root, and it's growing wonderfully. And I don't see any new roots. Maybe there's new roots growing with the new shoots. I didn't check. Okay, thank you. Now, 现在我说一下中文，这个是剑兰花木兰。收到的时候是1年多前，大概2年前收到的。这个种植，售卖者其实也不知道怎么种。网上很多很大的蓝盆，很多的蓝土，然后很多蓝友就给它种在很大的盆儿，很多的土，结果种的就是新苗非常弱，而且不长，而且即便是我看到有人是室外甚至南方室外种植都种不好。你看我是北方，我是非常冷的地方，相当于中国的我说就是比如海参崴这个地区的气候很像海参崴。那么这个有一点黑尖呢，是2年的老草的，不知道至少超过2年老草，是一种老化行为。由于这个种植方式呢，它是没有外界病毒进来的。这种植方式也很简单，就是一个瓶子底下有点水，我就用自来水。这个花盆很小，直径大概10厘米，里面放的是仙人掌土，就是可以买的仙人掌土，混了一部分室内植物种植土，然后上面套的是塑料袋，然后这塑料袋呢，只要塑料袋上有水汽，我就不用浇水，我这都是6个月都没动过。然后今年春天开始已经给了我至少3个新苗，从原来2个老草非常脆弱的快被种死的收来的时候，现在我对它就是很容易，觉得很容易种，而且是我放那个地址就是西侧，就是我们家朝西侧的这个地方，然后朝西侧以后呢，但是一部分是被这个窗棂木框给保护着的。然后从5月1号到10月31号，我是放在室外，阴蔽处。你可以知道，如果套塑料袋的话，如果你给它阳光直射，这整个草就会被煮熟，就是热成那种程度。但是我从来不这么做，也没那么发生过。然后夏天的时候可以多浇水，甚至我直接往这个盆里浇水。所以你了解这个草啊，它喜欢的盆有多小，越小的盆越透气。盆和房子不一样，人住大房子，植物大盆呢，就容易被闷死，叫做闷根。尤其是兰科植物，它非常喜欢气生的，这个和种蝴蝶兰什么都是通的，其实是相当容易的。尤其是这种兰，它也是不怕冷的。所以简直是对于我是种植的太容易了。我6个月都没动，就是看只要有水汽就不用动。而且这个兰艺啊，我也是不是太了解。这个 这个草啊，老了以后，它一开始它有变化的，一开始稍微绿多一点儿，然后最后就是就是叶缘的两侧有绿，中间就全白了，几乎全白了。它是有变化的，就是非常美。然后这个品种就是剑兰花木兰，这是一个西方叫的品种，不知道中文是不是也叫花木兰，剑兰花木兰。它也非常小，它不是一个大，当然我只种了2年了，但是对我来说，这种叶艺是非常看着是非常享受的，这种剑兰的叶艺，好吧。由于我地方小呢，也不想没法种特别大的什么大花蕙兰，我也没地方种。我其实种了这个之后，我对大花蕙兰什么，我虽然没种过，我也有信心了，但是我还是喜欢这种小一点的。然后这个给我一种非常细致古典的美，这个真是非常美，这个叶艺。然后又有好多新草，我给你展示一下新草。你看这中间这个就是一个新芽，看见没有？中间，然后右侧最右侧还是一个新芽，我拿手指来指一下啊，看我能不能指。这个最右侧还是一个新芽，然后新芽长得很好，也没有退过，好吧？然后你看，这又一个新芽，看能不能点到它啊？又是新芽，然后这个叶艺，哎呀，真美呀！这叶艺真美。总之是给我的感觉就是又美丽又好种，所以还是别去买那种特别大的花盆，什么蓝土，花很多钱，又这又那的。我这个方法都不用浇水，你不用费事。当你看到这上面没有水汽以后呢，你才用浇1次水，简直是太容易太舒服了，好吧？希望大家今年春节、明年春天再买一些中国兰花呢，也能成功的种植，好吧？我是小型叶艺剑兰花木兰，谢谢，再见。